The college football experience, Liberty Flames 2025 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost. Yes, the bank account that is built for bettors. Sign up today, edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN and get a free Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. Love my Refs Are Terrorists t-shirt. So get on over there, claim your free shirt. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs. We're also brought to you by Naira Bets. Yes, get your free $25 free bet for the Belmont Stakes by going to nyrabets.com/SGPN25 and make sure you use that promo code SGPN25. And remember, as always, folks, too, let it ride.
Hey, everybody, Joe Theismann here. You're listening to SGPN. So do this, let it ride.
Yes. Woo! Welcome to the college football experience. Liberty Flames, yes, the Flaming Libs 2025 season preview. We love talking Flaming Lib football here, and we're previewing all 136 teams. This is episode 5 into 136 as we break down each and every college football team each and every year. So subscribe and tell a friend. And look, got done with a couple last night. Because of the college baseball schedule, Louisiana, the Raging Cajuns are going to get pushed to tomorrow. We just dropped a college baseball episode with Noah Beanick and company. So go check out the college baseball experience. But this episode is about these Liberty Flames. And what an exciting team. They are just one of my favorites to talk about in college football. If you're wondering just who the hell you're listening to, that's fair. My name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
$1 million smile. That's Flaming Lip Bands, the Liberty Flames, man. I remember back in the 80s when they were D3 and Eric Green, the Pittsburgh Steelers tight end, was playing for them. They've come a long way, and I'm excited to talk about it. Shout out to the chat. Come be a part of the chat. YouTube.com/The College Experience. Someone's already calling me a gap-toothed motherfucker, and that is correct. So let's talk a little bit about these Flames. I am joined by my co-host. He is the host of the College Basketball Experience, and look, we love the Flamin' Libs on the college basketball forefront as well. When the season goes live, we are live every single night of the season. But in the meantime, coaching interviews, transfer portal episodes. Mac's been killing it over there. Check out the College Basketball Experience. But right now, give it up for former staffer with the Governors of Austin P, the Gamecocks of South Carolina, the Mountaineers of West Virginia, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Monetline. Mac, how are you, brother?
What's going on, man? Yes, Lynchburg, Virginia, home of the Liberty Flames. And, man, Jamey Chadwell, year 3, and they've been rolling. Let's go.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
Yeah, if you can't tell from the 8 years we've been doing the show that I'm a college football junkie. I love it, and I think there's nothing like it on planet Earth. But, a lot of times people will ask me, Dundee, why do you like college football so much more than the NFL? Because they're not even on the same fucking planet to me. But there's several layers to that onion. But one of the big ones to me is the fact you have everybody in one basket. You have service academies, religious institutions, far left institutions, far right institutions. I mean, just state schools, private schools with 2,000 enrollment. That's the beautiful thing. You got teams running triple option, teams running air raid, teams running spread, teams running every different thing. It is the most beautiful thing to me. And it's just light years better. And there's 700, 800 teams, whatever it is, the number is these days. There's layers of it. There's FCS, there's D2, there's D3, there's NAIA. And if you follow certain programs over the years, they come up through the ranks. And Liberty is one of them. I kind of touched on this on the SMU one, but Liberty's even more so. I love the fact they just threw a bunch of money. They were D3. This is they started their program, 50 years ago? 56 years ago, I think it was. 55 years ago, something like that. And they just said, hey, we're going. So they were just kind of throwing the football team out there. But then they just said, let's go all in. And I fucking love it. I loved it before when they were D2 or D3 with, FCS. But when they went all in, God damn it was beautiful to see. Got them all the way to a Fiesta Bowl. There's no restrictions. The NFL, it's like, oh, does the city fit the certain model? How many we are test audience? No, anybody can do it. It's fucking beautiful. And I love Liberty because of that. People will say, Dundee, their politics. I don't give a shit. I love what they do. They got passionate fan base. They fit the MO of college football. Great. And college basketball, college baseball. Great fans. Great stadiums, and they care. I give a fuck about it's like talking to me about Cal Berkeley fans or something. They're like, oh, they're wearing their. I don't give a shit. You show up to the games, you're passionate about it. That's the secret, and that's what makes the sport so fucking great, in my opinion. So I'm excited to talk Flame and Lib football because this is one. I mean, and I don't even know if it stops here, Mac. I think right now they're in the CUSA.
They'll be in the ACC soon.
I was about to say, where were they at in 10, 15 years? It's going to be fascinating to see. They are must watch always because of that to me. And I wish more people got that though.
And you have to say this on the front end of the episode because every year we do this preview, they go, we're not the Flamin' Libs. We're far right institution. We know it's part of the fun with the nickname, the Liberty Flames, and we nicknamed you the Flamin' Libs on this show. So don't take it too personal.
That's a testament. That's a testament to their passionate fans. But goddamn, I've been in some wars. They
hate that shit.
These motherfuckers they have taken me to the brink, and I'm like, dude, I love you guys. I'm only joking. This is I'm a comic. We tell, we never take ourselves too serious here. But that is part of what's great, though, is if they care that much, that is awesome.
Yes.
So anyway, excited to talk about the Flamin' Libs and about to talk about them right now. But before we do that, I want to let you know that the College Football Experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, and the Stanley Cup Final is here. And the Hockey Gambling Podcast is giving away an NHL jersey and $200 in SGPN gift cards. It is free to enter. So what do you got to lose? SportsGamblingPodcast.com/Stanley Cup. So do that and let it ride. All right, let's jump into it. The slides. Where are we at here? Wait a second.
Where did we go?
I don't know where the fuck we went.
Uh-oh. We may just have to do this episode no talk.
I know. Let's just fly blind, right? YouTube.com/The College Experience. How the fuck do we correct this? I swear it was not like this before.
It was not like this on the pre-show.
There we go. There it is.
Technology, that's our strength.
Yeah, you can tell I'm really hip. All right. But look, Jamey Chadwell, you alluded to it. Hell of a coach, unbelievable run at a few different universities, but Coastal, I think, was where he really got his name. Charleston Southern did a great job too, and North Greenville as well. But 2020 National Coach of the Year when Coastal had that great run. He was 8-4 last year with the Flamin' Libs, 13-1 the year before when they went to the Fiesta Bowl. Those were his first 2 years. sitting there at 21-5, 9-3 in 22 at Coastal. He's 119-62 overall. I got many questions to ask you here. A, where are you at with Jamey Chadwell? B, if he has a year like 2023 or anything remotely close to that, is he at Liberty next year when we do this? Because I know Liberty had it's not like it's not like most group of fives. Like Liberty can match, they can match contracts. Your thoughts on Jamey Chadwell?
Well, I think first part, Chadwell's a great coach. I mean, 21-5 at Liberty, and then he was really good at Coastal for those years. He turned that around. He was good at Charleston Southern and North Greenville as well. So he's won wherever he's gone. That's a good question. I would probably say he's not going to be there. He'll probably jump just like Hugh Freeze did. But, and we'll talk about the portal guys coming in. I mean, it's power 4 guy after power 4 guy. And that's evident to how much money they have at Liberty. And just look at their staff page, the way that they've expanded their coaching staff over the years. I mean, they have unloaded so much money into this program where basically Liberty's turned into a power 4 just at the G5 level. Yeah.
I mean, that's why they're fascinating. You know, we're 5 previews in. We previewed SMU. We did a randomizer, and SMU was the first team we got. And there are some comparisons. There are some similarities here but I think that much like I said on that episode, like SMU to me is like, if you told me to jot down, and I'm different, I guess, than your average fan because I'm a junkie, but both those programs have to be like to me, they're like top 25 programs to watch and game in, game out, just because I want to see where they can take this thing, you know, and it's fascinating when you follow college football from a bird's eye view, both those programs, but specifically Liberty with how recent they jumped up from all that action. So, yeah. What's that?
And they would have been in the playoff 2 years ago if it had been.
Had we had this playoff.
Yeah.
100%. Last year's offense, they go with the co-OCs with Willie Corn and Newland Isaac. A lot of teams starting to do that, it feels like. But last year, 60th in scoring offense. They kind of they were projected to be better a year ago than they actually were. Now they still had a good season, but 60th in scoring offense, 123rd in pass offense. Caden Salter, their quarterback, he's now at Colorado with Coach Prime, but 4th in the nation at rush offense. Obviously, they kind of run the triple option out of the gun that they ran with Coastal. 38th in total offense overall. I am a little surprised at those numbers, Matt, considering the Conference USA is pretty
weak.
Yeah, especially compared to Liberty's talent and pocketbook. So I mean, obviously those numbers aren't terrible from the grand scheme of things, but I did expect them, even with me. I think I took the under last year. I didn't bet that, but I thought their numbers would be better than 38th. How about you?
Yeah, last year was disappointing. So you had Salter coming back for a second year, and they ran the table the first year there, and there were high expectations, and they definitely took a step back. Had a couple injuries, especially up front, but Salter just wasn't as efficient as he was 2 years ago. I mean, 2 years ago he was 32-6, then he jumps back 15-6 last year, so cut in half. And like you said, they took a step back, but I think you and I both agree they're going to take a step forward from last year. I don't know if they'll be as good as they were 2 years ago offensively, but definitely better than last year.
Yeah, I agree. Certainly we're there as well. And shout out to Robert Martin giving us some cash. Wondering what you guys sipping on. I'm sipping on Kettle One on the rocks. You know, just Kettle One on the rocks. Got a little carbonated water to chase that occasionally. But this guy's got a fucking thermos. So I mean, he's smart. He thought we were recording for 3 hours, so he just loads that fucking thing up. Shout out to Robert Martin, man. Yeah, the offense though, they only returned 4 guys really. Now 3 of the 4 are on the offensive line, with Jalen Tucker, Aaron Fenimore, and Harrison Hayes. Wide receiver Elijah Canyon, who was previously at Auburn, he was with Liberty last year, so he is back. You'd like have more, but I feel like the more. So I've been doing this show long enough that pre-portal going batshit crazy.
Yeah.
You'd want to have like your good teams. I feel like a lot of the good teams would have like 7, 8 returning starters. You say, oh man, they got 7 or 8 on offense, 7 or 8 on defense. They're going to be loaded. This shit is hard. It's harder for us, our job, because you're like, damn, cupboard's kind of empty. 4 back on offense, but yet we just said the offense is going to be better, and I believe that. They went out in the portal though, and they brought in Ethan Vasco, who I think is a big reason why I'm buying. And they also brought in North Carolina quarterback Michael Merdinger. But Vasco played well at Coastal. I'll hit on some of his stats in a little bit. And he was in Chadwell's offense. I think that is. We talked about Southern Miss the other day. Go listen to our Southern Miss preview. We're very high on them. And a lot of it has to do with nowadays you're kind of looking for the quarterback that knows the system, that's transferring in, that's a veteran. Ethan Vasco, certainly that. I do expect him to start. They brought in Evan Dickens, running back from Georgia Tech, wide receiver Casey Kane from UNLV, Jamari Person from Colorado State at the wideout spot, and then a slew of offensive linemen and Engbers from Illinois, Christian Williams from Florida, Erwin Anthony from Wingate. We're not talking David Wingate, the small forward from Georgetown. We're talking Wingate University in North Carolina, I believe. Trey Badowski from UAB, another offensive lineman, and then kicker Tyler Black coming in from Wake. That's just the offensive side of the ball, folks. So the offense, like Vasco, I think is actually going to be an upgrade in a way. Like I think Salter's a really good college quarterback. But I think Vasco fits the system. He was recruited at Coastal by Jamey Chadwell, 21 touchdowns, 9 interceptions there. I kind of like what we got going here. At the running back spot, this is one, it's tough making slides. I'm trying to make slides and get excited about the offense. There wasn't there. I think they might start a freshman running back, but if not, it's going to be Evan Dickens. Perhaps it might be a running back by committee, but Dickens transfers in from Georgia Tech. Didn't really get on the field that much. I see Robert talking about Dickens is small, but yeah, I mean, sometimes Chadwell could find those guys that hide behind that big offensive line. At the wide receiver spot, as I touched to or I alluded to, Elijah Canyon. I'm looking forward to seeing if he has a breakthrough year, because I've been hearing about this kid for a few years now. When he originally went to Auburn, and last year at Liberty, I think he might even have one other stop. So hopefully this can be a guy that emerges for college fantasy football players out there. I think this is one that you might want to keep an eye on for this upcoming season. Mac, we already said this, so I guess, normally at this point we review the offense and say, will it be better in 2025? I think we've already both kind of let that out the bag. I feel pretty sound with saying that too. How about you?
Yeah, I like Vasco. I'm with you. He's not as sexy as Salter, and when I said small, I meant Salter's a small guy. Vasco's got good size. He's 6'3", throws a good ball, and I think I'm with you. I think that it gives them more options offensively. And I think that Dickens, I mean, he was pretty highly recruited out of college and at Georgia Tech, and like I said, you could see them bolstering up on the offensive line too, with guys from Illinois, Florida, coming down to Liberty to bolster that depth there. So I think the offensive line will be improved, and that will help Vasco. And like you said with Cannon right here, I mean, he's been in college for like 5 years, so it's time to take a step here.
It could be. It could be the big year for him. On the defensive side of the ball, once again, co-DCs Kyle Krantz and Skylar McGee. Defense, scoring defense, 52nd in the nation. Pass defense was 35th. Rush defense, 76th, which is a little surprising considering you're in the CUSA. And total defense, 48th. I'm still slightly disappointed in these numbers, despite them being respectable numbers for the most part. How about you?
Yeah, I just think that for Liberty last year, it was just inconsistent on both sides of the ball. I mean, giving up almost 30 points to Kennesaw in one of their losses. I mean, that was hard to believe, and it just felt like it was inconsistent game after inconsistent game. They needed a miracle to beat UMass, where they came up 35 against them. They took a step back on both the offense and defense from the first year.
Yeah, and I think this is where they jump back into that.
Yeah.
Mainly because TJ Bush is back, all conference defensive end. They actually do return some guys. I feel decent about the defense here. CJ Brazil at the linebacker spot, as well as Joseph Carter. Not Joe Carter, the guy hitting dingers from the Blue Jays back in the day, but secondary returns 3 as well. Dexter Ricks, Corey Jones, Brylan Green. I think the defense will take a step forward. Now, let me ask you this. I'm assuming you think the defense will take a step forward as well, correct?
Yeah, and I like some of the portal gets, too, that they got on the defensive side.
Yeah, I was going to say, which unit do you think will be better coming, like, when we get done with the season? Will Liberty be a better defensive team than they are an offensive team, or vice versa, you think?
I feel like Chadwell's teams are always better offensively.
Yeah, I think you're right. You're right. But you got to like what's returning on defense, though.
Yeah, it's just usually the identity of the coach. Chadwell, he's a former quarterback, so I'll side with the offense. But I think the defense is going to be good. I mean, they should be at the top of the Conference USA at least in both categories.
I completely agree. The transfers you alluded to, they went out on the defensive line and bolstered up. Joe Strickland coming in from Purdue in the Big Ten. Marcus Clark from App State. DJ Jackson from NC State, a.k.a. the Pussy Pack. Defensive end Aaron Hester from Florida State coming in. This is a huge one here. Deuce Spurlock from Florida, who I remember. And how about Micah Pollard from Michigan? Oh, their defense. What has they been any good lately? Linebacker Darrell Farrar from App State. Cornerback Jalen Rock from Weber State. Jaden Whaley from Hampton, there, the Pirates. Jaquavius Marshall from Kentucky. And I believe that's everything right there. Damn. Okay. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Power 5 transfers.
Yeah.
A couple guys from App State where they have an extremely, great winning pedigree as well. I'm buying in, man. Safe to say, I think the defense will be vastly improved, and I can't wait to see how they do. I mean, they're going to be. I actually think I agree with your assessment that they'll be known for their offense and they'll probably chart better, but I bet you the defense improves more than the offense. Yeah, if that makes sense. Like it jumps up more rankings than perhaps the offense did. We're going to talk some more about Liberty in a second here, but I want to let you know that the college football experience is brought to you by Edge Boost, the first ever bank account that is built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. There's no usage fees, no minimums. There's no damn credit checks. They're not going to find out you're parking your Corvette 3 blocks over, putting goddamn leaves and other shrubbery on top of your goddamn car so that it doesn't get repoed. They're not going to know that. All right. You can earn cashback rewards as well. 100% approval for all betting deposits. So sign up today at edgeboost.bet with the promo code SGPN. And if you sign up this week, you'll get a free Refs or Terrorist t-shirt. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/refs to claim your free shirt today. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, and Underdog is going long for the NBA Finals with their extender bonus. Hop in game 1, and the longer the series goes, the bigger the bonus gets. Sign up when you do. Sign up with our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com promo code TCESGPN. And last but not least, we're brought to you by Naira Bets. Bet the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga with Naira Bets. Sign up today using the promo code SGPN25 and get a $25 free bet plus a $200 deposit match bonus. And whether you're a seasoned bettor or just getting started, Naira Bets makes it easy to jump into the action. This is an exclusive offer too, so you got to get it in now. It's just for the Belmont's sake, so don't wait. Join now. Claim your free $25 Belmont bet today at nairabets.com/SGPN25. And remember, as always, folks, to let it ride. All right, we are back. Talking Flamin' Lib football. Mac, we do this thing called State of the Program on every episode this year. And before we do that, we talk about stadiums because I do think that goes hand in hand with State of the Program. College football has the greatest stadiums in football, all of football on planet Earth by far. They have the biggest, they have the oldest, they have the most historic. And you got ones like this that have kind of been on the come up. Williams Stadium there, Lynchburg, Virginia. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. It's 36 years young. But they've been building onto this thing, man. And that's what I love about college football, too, is like when they were D3, this thing looked like a it looked like like the pipeline area of when we were growing up in the DC area, there was like a pipeline area where like you couldn't build on. So we would all just go play some ball there. The pipeline. All right. It looked like that, but they built this shit up, man. It's looking great these days. Look at this stadium, man. It's a fire football stadium. Outdoors.
Is that Hugh Freeze coaching for the hospital bed?
That's true. That he was coaching from the hospital. That building on the far left. He was up there. God knows what was going on in that room when they were on defense. All right. Hugh Strip Club Freeze. No, he would never do such a thing. Look at that stadium, though, man. I'm telling you, if you go look at photos of that shit in like 1990 or something, it looked like it's just a dirt field, and they've turned it into this beautiful thing, man. I mean, I love that area too, with the brick on the far end there. They're making it look like a classic stadium, a royal stadium, because it is, and they're building their history there. I love it. So, man. This part right there where the light's beaming through. That's the way you do a fucking football stadium, man. We got to get to a game, man. What do you make of the stadium, Mac? What do you give it? 1 to 10?
I'll give it a 9, man, because the way that they've just increased this, I got it currently holds 30,000. But their goal is they think they can push it all the way up to 60. With just the way that they keep expanding that thing. And you mentioned it. They renovated in 2009, and then they renovated again in, I think, the mid to 2010. So they just keep knocking onto that thing. And then, Hugh Freeze's bed is no longer going to have visual.
They should turn that into a statue. Dude, look at that shot right there, though, man. That's fucking beautiful. That's America. That's football. That's the way it should always fucking be. I am really impressed with this stadium, man. You can tell the money they've thrown into this thing, but the fans are passionate. That's another thing that makes it great. I mean, look at that shot.
And Lynchburg's in kind of the mountains, so Lynchburg is a cool place to visit.
Yeah, I'm all in. So, State of the Program. Now, we do this thing, youtube.com/the college experience. I know SMU, I feel like we gave like 100 out of 10. And I think some people would say, Dundee, why are you only giving Liberty 9 of 10? Let me explain myself. I thought when I initially was going to do this, I was like, I got to give them a 10. Then I was like, wait a second here. I don't know how long Jamey Chadwell is going to be there. And I think them being in the CUSA kind of hurts their strength of schedule. Like, they could go undefeated some of these seasons and not make the playoffs because they're in the CUSA. Now, I know Delaware's on the rise. Some of these other schools probably are going to be on the rise. But I think I had to give it a 9 of 10. I mean, you obviously love what's going on there. I do think they'll be in like a power school in the next 20 years. But I think for right now, like, how long will Jamey Chadwell be there? You could say 1 year. And I think a lot of people would agree. You could also say it might have been a mistake to join the CUSA because it might have been better to be A, independent where you could schedule more aggressively, or B, you might have got a call in a desperate times that has been going on by a bunch of these other conferences.
Yeah.
So I gave it a 9 of 10. What do you give the Liberty Flames as far as state of the program?
I'm going to give it a 10. And here's why. Chadwell, great coach. So is, and Hugh Freeze was good there too.
Turner Gill too. Turner Gill did a good job too. Yeah.
They're paying Chadwell $4 million now. So the next guy is probably going to get $5 million. So whoever they get is going to be a high major coach. And it might be Hugh Freeze coming back to Lynchburg for all we know. Yeah,
keep that hospital bed warm.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. So I'll give them a 10, man. They're going to be in the Power 4 the next 10 years, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair. Let's take a look at this schedule. Week 1, the Maine Black Bears coming into town out of the CAA. They're in Orono, Maine, coming down 95, going to Lynchburg, Virginia. The series goes back to 2019. I believe Randy Moss's son plays for Maine. I don't think it will matter. I will take Liberty. I will lay the 44. Maine's not that bad. That would be like 34 point spread. Maine might cover that. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I'll take Liberty here to roll.
Week 2, they head to Jacksonville State in Jacksonville, Alabama to take on Charles Kelly, the new hire after Rich Rod left for West Virginia. This series goes back to 1981. I mean, what a good time to catch Jacksonville State.
Yeah.
This is, I'll lay the 28, maybe 21, something like that. 2-0, right?
Yeah, I bet you it won't be that big just because Jack State still is a little bit of a brand name because of Rich Rod, but they don't realize Rich isn't there and it's early in the year. Yeah, Liberty rolls. Great schedule here early.
Yeah. Then they take on Eddie George and Bowling Green, getting another first-year coach in week 3. I mean, I don't think it's going to be a game, Robert Martin. To me, Eddie George was such a late hire. I don't know. I mean, I think he's going to bring some Tennessee State guys with him, but I just don't. I think it's if they get him next year, which I don't think they do. I think Liberty's going to win big here. I don't think Bowling Green's ready for that. So Liberty 3-0. You?
Liberty 3-0. I don't think Bowling Green has enough this early. I'm with you, and it sets up the big one, week 4.
Oh boy.
This is a great game. This should be fucking prime time.
Okay, let me preface this because Patty C, if you're a first-time listener, Patty C, co-host and taking some time away right now, but played at JMU, passionate JMU fan. He's been a part of these arguments, these chippy arguments between JMU fans and Liberty fans. I like to think this is actually the most heated rivalry in the state of Virginia. I mean, maybe you could talk me into the Battle of the Bay or something of like Hampton and Norfolk State, but I'm so glad this is on the schedule. I think this is the best game on their schedule, in my opinion. This place is going to be on fire for this game. Yes. And as much as I think JMU might be the better team this year, I don't see them going into Williams Stadium with that fan base and getting past the Flamin' Libs here. I got Liberty winning this game. This game is one of my favorite non-con games of the entire college football season. They hate each other. Their fan bases hate each other. I know they haven't played in a minute, but I'm saying their fan bases hate. They talk shit to each other relentlessly online. Series goes back to 1980. Mac, what are you doing here?
Yeah, because they both rose at the same time. I mean, they both have come on the scene over the last decade and taken their program to another level and keep investing. I'm going to take Liberty too because it's at home. They haven't played since 2014. That was in Harrisonburg. So they haven't played this game in Lynchburg since 2011. This place is going to be on fucking fire. Dude,
That's what I'm saying.
Game day should go to this game.
I agree. And they're going to be, they're already sleeping outside this fucking stadium, I bet. Because I'm telling you, this is one that just, kudos to both these programs putting this on the schedule, finding a way to make it work. Yeah, I got them undefeated here. And then a strange road trip to Norfolk, Virginia. Now, this game is sneaky.
Yeah.
Old Dominion doesn't have as passionate fans as JMU, but this is kind of this is another rivalry. In-state battle. Ricky Ronnie, I think, is doing a decent job at Old Dominion, even though I think people have him on the hot seat. Series goes back to 2013. Remember, ODU brought their football program back. They hadn't been program for a long time, and then so they were a program for a long time. They left, but back then Liberty wasn't a program, so it's only 12 years old. This is a sneaky game because if you beat JMU, I could see them tripping here. I could see them tripping against ODU. ODU should have beat South Carolina last year, man, in the opening game. I still think Chadwell's experience against ODU helps him. He faced Ronnie a few years. I got to take the Flamin' Libs, but this one is one of the trap games to me on the schedule. What are you doing here?
I was looking at it because like the Chadwell against ODU, I mean, they split the last two. Give me ODU.
Man, gosh.
I'm taking ODU. I think that they'll split this, like you said. This is a tough scheduling spot. That weird trip to the 757 at the beach. Yeah, give me ODU.
I could see it, man. I'll make a point about this in a little bit, but let's continue on for right now. We got a bye week. After that, shout out to Liberty, and I like that red helmet they do. The red helmet on the left, pretty fire uniform there. It's a good time to read an ad there. Folks, want to tell you the college football experience, Flamin' Lib Style, is brought to you by Circa and the Ultimate Fantasy Football Giveaway. Yes, Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience for a 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated like VIPs for their entire stay. You'll get a limo ride from the airport, a $5,000 bar tab, and you'll be able to draft at Stadium Swim. If you haven't seen that, you got to check it out. And a hotel stay for you and 11 of your league mates. You can always get 15% off at the Circa properties, by the way. So, even if you're not doing the fantasy draft, promo code SGP15 will get you 15% off at the Circa anytime you go. Enter the Ultimate Fantasy Football Contest for free at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Circa. That's CIRCA. Once again, that's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Circa. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Yes, you've heard us talk about Rhythm before, and they just dropped a game-changing feature called Power Trends. These are AI-detected patterns where Rhythm's model has consistently won with and has a high ROI. Basically, think a strikeout prop that wins 59% of the time when the line and the win probability hit a certain range. Power Trends are updated daily and exclusive to Rhythm. No touts, no noise, just clean data-backed bets, baby. So what are you doing? Download the Rhythm app. Check out the Power Trends and start betting smarter. We will be. Also, claim your free 7-day trial period. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's RITHMM. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. And last but not least, we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. Yes, MyBookie is your place to bet on every single sport, including the NBA Finals and Stanley Cup. And for the true degens, the MyBookie Money Bag accepts customers. MyBookie Money Bag is just a blast. You got to check it out if you're trying to find some fun. Highly recommend that. You can easily deposit, get lightning fast payouts using crypto. So head on over to mybookie.ag and use our promo code TCESGPN for 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Terms and conditions apply, of course. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code TCESGPN. All right, the bye week. I got them undefeated. You got them with one loss.
This is a great schedule. I mean,
It
they
is.
don't play another road game. They play at UTEP here on October 8th. They don't play another one until November 15th on the road.
And they go to the world famous Sun Bowl, one of probably my favorite stadium in college football. This is such a great stadium, but UTEP's not there yet, man. I know it's a far trip. It's out in the middle of it's that West Texas part. It's like the desert of Texas. I just don't think UTEP is there yet. I know they got Malachi Nelson, the 5-star kid, but I got to take the Flamin' Libs, assuming they're a lot better than last year. Because I mean, I know they tripped up against Kennesaw, and UTEP is certainly better than Kennesaw, I think. But I think this is a 2-touchdown win for Liberty. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I hope UTEP's improved this year. But yeah, I'm gonna take I'll take Liberty on the road here. So I got them at 5-1.
Yeah, got them at 6-0, maybe 5-1. I think the ODU one is the one, but I said 6-0, 6-0. Then New Mexico State, love that logo, shooting some pistols. Probably the best logo in college football. Heading to Lynchburg. I know historically they've given Liberty some fits, but Diego Pissing Pavia is gone. Same with Jerry Kill. Liberty by 3 touchdowns. Dominant.
Yeah, Tuesday night beatdown. Give me Liberty.
Love the Tuesday, Wednesday night games. Then they have another bye week.
This is like a double bye.
It's
Tuesday, October 14th, and they don't play again until Saturday, November 1st.
It's a great schedule. Then the Delaware Blue Hens come to town. First ever matchup. This one could be sneaky, but it's after their bye weeks are great, dude. Because Delaware could be like a team that I actually think could beat. They beat Navy 2 years ago at Navy. But you gotta love these bye weeks for Liberty. They're gonna study that tape, man. They're gonna beat Delaware, especially at Williams Stadium. If it was at UD Stadium, I would say maybe, but no, they stay undefeated. What are you doing here?
Yep, win. I'll take Chadwell off the bye week.
Yeah. Then Missouri State comes to town. Man, they get both these FCS teams in Williams Stadium.
They're not losing either of those.
I agree. Then they hit the road to take on Willie Simmons and FIU. I do expect them, especially by this point in the season, FIU might be playing some solid ball, but still, they're not there yet, man. This is year one. There's so much turnover in the CUSA, and you have Liberty sitting there just with an all-star team. Double-digit win. You?
Yeah, I mean, when we did FIU, I was tempted just because it's late in the year, catching Liberty. Does FIU have a bye week maybe going into that game? No. I mean, yeah, I'll take Liberty. They had too much. They had too many dudes.
And then they head to Ruston, Louisiana to take on Louisiana Tech, where I think this is a pretty strong chance Sonny Cumbie could be fired by now. What's the exact date on this?
This one is Saturday, November 22nd.
He's fired by now, dude. They're going to get an interim head coach. This is another win.
Yeah, they're going to roll. And Louisiana Tech is in Pullman the week before. What?
Good luck. Then they come home to Kennesaw State.
Dub.
Yeah, especially because Kennesaw stormed the field on them last year.
Yeah, they're going to fuck them up. So they might be going for style points 12-0 to make the playoff. Or, yeah.
Okay, maybe that. So you're telling me, I mean, this schedule is, this is why they shouldn't have joined the CUSA. They should have stayed independent. Look what Notre Dame and UConn are doing. This is a mistake to join the conference, in my opinion. This schedule, even if they go undefeated, I don't know if it gets you in. You need JMU to win the Sun Belt. I don't know. I don't think it will get them in, dude. They don't have any Power 5 wins?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what 10-2 would be disappointing, like with this schedule. This is, I mean, what's worst case? 9-3, maybe?
What, you're saying they lose both? Worst case to me is 10-2.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe. I honestly think I'm going to make this prediction. If it would be different if they got Bowling Green later or something, but like I'm gonna say they win. I mean, they should win 8 or 9 of their games by double digits to me.
Yeah.
Maybe even 10. Maybe even 10.
Right. What were they ranked the year that they went undefeated against Oregon?
See, but they beat like Virginia Tech that year, I think.
Oh, they weren't even close. They were ranked like 23rd. Yeah.
But they had a Power 5. I'm looking at that schedule right now. I'm pulling it up. Did they not have a Power 5? They didn't.
No.
They didn't.
Yeah. No, it was Cupcake City that year. I mean, their non-con wins were Bowling Green, Buffalo. It was terrible. That was before Levy. And then ODU. And then UMass. Oh, that was such a bad schedule.
Dude, but here's the thing. And I talked about this on our CUSA coaching episode. Go check that out where we rank the coaches. The CUSA is worse than it was 2 years ago. 2 years ago, you had Rick Stockstill at Middle Tennessee. You had Keeler at Sam Houston. You had Jerry Kill at New Mexico State, right? You had Rich Rod.
Yeah.
Like, this is way worse. The CUSA is way worse. It's going to be even. I mean, to me, I don't even think they lose to JMU and ODU. Like, I think they'll get one of those teams. Worst case scenario. I think worst case scenario 11-1.
I was saying I think it's 10-2. Maybe they lose a hectic, crazy road game like the Kennesaw game last year, but they shouldn't.
Man, 8.5.
God, over.
Wait, I want to see their odds to make the CFP because it might be worth. Like, imagine if Boise has, because I think the Mountain West is kind of loaded. If Boise has, where's the threshold for, like, if Boise goes 9-3, do they get in over a 12-0 Liberty or 13-0 Liberty because they would play the CUSA championship?
Well, if JMU wins the Sun Belt, then I think Liberty would get in.
So you need which I actually have JMU in the Sun Belt championship. Just FYI, I know we'll get there. So I don't know if I have them winning the Sun Belt championship, but if they're playing in the Sun Belt championship. And but you still need Boise, but I will say the Mountain West is pretty stacked this year, I think. Yeah, the plus 140 to win the CUSA is a fucking layup. Jump on that right now before that moves. To make the playoffs. Let's see they don't even have it right now on DK. They don't even offer that right now.
Do they have a look ahead line on this?
Oh no. Wait. They do.
JMU and Liberty game.
Plus 1,000 to make the playoffs. I don't see a look ahead line for that. Plus 1,000 to make the playoffs. It might be worth the sprinkle. Just if the carnage happens elsewhere.
I mean, 13-0 is still 13-0. They're going to need JMU to win the Sun Belt. They're going to need ODU.
Boise plays at Notre Dame. That's one loss potentially.
They're going to need Bowling Green to be competitive in the MAC too.
I don't know about that because he was hired so late. I mean, it's possible, but he was hired. I'm always weary of coaches that are hired that late. I like the hire. I just think things are stacked against him.
Probably Boise 10-2 gets in over 13-0.
That's what I'm saying. So 9-3 is what you need Boise to go, probably.
Yeah, that's.
And you need to hope everybody else goes 9-3.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to make it. The schedule sucks.
Just load up on that plus 140 to win the CUSA.
Yeah.
Smash the over. And like I said, I think joining the Conference USA was a mistake. How about you?
Yeah, considering they could go 13-0 2 out of the last 3 years, and they wouldn't even have been close 2 years ago, and they may not be close again.
I think they should. I don't want to see more realignment, but I think it might make more sense to be independent.
Sun Belt. Get in the Sun Belt, man.
Well, the Sun Belt doesn't want them, I don't think, because of their religious ties.
No.
Which is hilarious, by the way.
Say.
But you're called the Sun Belt.
You're in the Bible Belt. What are you talking about?
I would love them in the Sun Belt, but I actually think independent is the smartest route with the amount of money they have. Look at Notre Dame. Look at UConn.
BYU.
BYU was independent for a while. I think you try to do that. But I'm all over the plus 140 to win the CUSA. And the over on 8.5 is a fucking smash. Try to find 9.5 with better odds. If you could find one of the ones where you can move it. I mean, actually try to find odds on an undefeated season. I know like some books offer that to go undefeated.
That'll come out later.
Yeah. I feel this is a lock, by the way. How the fuck do they lose 3? Like, build me a scenario where they lose 3 games.
That was what I was talking about. It's gonna be they're not gonna lose JMU and ODU. It'd be one, and then it would be a trip up spot in conference play, and then maybe the CUSA title game.
But that doesn't affect the win total.
True. Yeah. They're worst case 10-2.
This is a lock. This is a fucking lock. I mean, your odds. You got to search for a 9. Search for a 9.5. With better odds towards the over.
They're going 12-0 or 11-1.
Yeah. I can't wait for that JMU game.
Ooh, man.
Cannot wait for that JMU game. Wait, does JMU play a P5? Because I mean, they dropped 70 on North Carolina last year.
Nobody's
JMU. I don't think JMU does play a P5 this year though, because they need teams on their schedule to beat Power 5 schools. Does JMU?
Oh, yeah, they're at Louisville.
I don't think they're going to win that though.
Yeah,
but we'll see. Either way, smash lock. I love Liberty football. Can't wait to see what they can do this year in an undefeated team. What's great too is an undefeated team. I hope they go undefeated, Mac, because in a 12 team, they go undefeated. I say, see, should have had 24.
Yeah,
I've been saying it for only fucking 8 years, right?
Hey, quick side note. I just looked. JMU has a bye week before Liberty. Chesney, I'll still say Liberty because
dude, I would take JMU if it was in Bridgeforth. I would take JMU.
Yeah.
But I just think that place is gonna burn the fuck down, man.
Yeah,
that place is gonna burn down. Cannot wait for that action, folks. Shout out to the chat, and remember the Louisiana Raging Cajun episode that we were gonna do after this has now been pushed to tomorrow. So check out So now tomorrow we will do Louisiana and Rice, which is ironically the first game of the season for the Raging Cajuns.
Yes.
So look at that. Louisiana Raging Cajuns, Rice Owls. I have the Rice Owls ranked as my number 1 most interesting team in college football this season. Wow. Dundee, you sound like a fucking idiot, but trust me, I have my reasons, and I'll stay them tomorrow. Folks, give Moneyline Mac a follow on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at TheColbyD. The College Football Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. JMU also plays Washington State in November. Okay. But yes, check out the college baseball experience. Check out the college basketball experience, the FCS college football experience, and the sports gambling podcast and the CFL gambling podcast. We talked about some players from Liberty and the CFL. We dropped an episode today on the CFL. Their season kicks off tomorrow. UFL gambling podcast with the playoffs there. But yes, 136 episodes all coming your way. Get ready. Tomorrow, we talk about Louisiana and Rice. Till next time, folks, this is the college football experience, Liberty Flame style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
I lost a bet on the Super Bowl, so I had to dive in and crawl around through the snow. Don't believe me? Believe me, there's a video. We made it to promote March 5th and then we did the show. Before March there was a winter to be lived through, and snow fell on the DC metropolis. In some other cities this wouldn't be big news, but where I live it felt like an apocalypse. Not the kind with zombies or the wrath of God, but the kind where Mother Nature doesn't laugh it off. I didn't laugh at all. I saw the sky smoking the blunt, now waiting for the ash to fall. Traffic stalled for a few weeks face. Capitol Hill of snow taking up a parking space. A couple notches on the beltway ain't unique, but higher in freezes get more than your heart to race. I mean, the rats were frostbit, they lost it, risking their lives just to make it to the office. Exhausting, caustic, cold front rose up through the mid-Atlantic and did its damage. Detective Baylor didn't expect a camera and brought a gun to a snowball fight. I know my rights in the season of mood swinging. Some of us winning, some of us losing. That broken clock's been blinking since winter. I hope it's not telling me I was born to lose. I lost my temper, but I found my center. Winning winter, so I can stay warm with you. That broken clock's been blinking since winter. I hope it's not telling me I was born to lose. I lost my temper, but I found my center. Winning winter, so I can stay warm with you. So I can stay warm. So I can stay warm. So I can stay warm. Des says you're beautiful little snowflakes. I say that you're snowmobiles with no brakes. This isn't how normal feels, it's so fake. I need more to shovel while the hubble hovers above us. Lovers and haters of a collapsing rap stars. NASA is my backyard. The chain link fence couldn't contain the frozen rain that caused the middle madman to go insane. I wrote a name in spray paint for Valentine's Day. She didn't feel the same, I was out of line. Hey, a cold shoulder is nothing new to the stone owner. Looking for a froze over belladonna for snow blower. Temperature lower, kill the hot streak. They know I'm a broken clock and talk's cheap. The homie Dave and the bird caught it after. The misery crew saw the storm growing faster as the weatherman got a lump of cold. Rambling for ratings in another month or so. There'll be a rush on gold, so put your luck on hold. Milk, bread, and toilet paper sold. But I gotta go, this is not for show. I really ought to get my clock fixed before the snow falls and all this is washed away. I see my breath in the air as I cry out, not today, today. That broken clock's been blinking since winter. I hope it's not telling me I was born to lose. I lost my temper, but I found my center. Winning winter, so I can stay warm with you. That broken clock's been blinking since winter. I hope it's not telling me I was born to lose. I lost my temper, but